I've always been moving city to city, home to home. Personal stability, never really had that. But for some reason, this place stuck, and I guess that's why I call it home now. Even with the rough times, and even with the ghosts. You know, in the end, it doesn't matter what life throws at you, as long as you've got people around you who stay and who see you. And as long as you stay and see yourself. This is the Arts Music Store. This is where I got my first guitar. So this is where I got my first guitar ever. Oh, this is beautiful. It's on sale. This is what I want my next guitar to be. It's a Martin. Beautiful. So yeah, the first guitar I ever got here was a Fender acoustic, and I remember I was singing along to the guitar because I was like trying to see if it sounded nice with my voice, and just really quietly I was in the corner just like I was singing, and Daryl, who's working right now, he came up to me and he was like, "Oh, is that Ani DeFranco?" And I was like, "Oh, you know Ani DeFranco?" Because she was like my favorite singer at the time, and no one knows who she was. And ever since then, me and Daryl became besties. So we're besties for life. To get to know a little bit more about who I am as a person, and maybe the things I've gone through that I haven't shared, whether that's friends or family or just even strangers who have come to my shows and are curious about me. And I also really just want to bring awareness to a lot of the issues I touch on and talk about, and why I'm so vocal about them and why I constantly post about it, talk about it, is because this is my life and this is real, and this is a lot of people's reality. Foster care, and losing people at a young age and going through a lot of rejection and emotional upheaval. And I just hope people can walk away being more educated on these topics, and maybe having a little more grace for people that they may not know, and that everyone has a story and you never know what someone's going through. And I will also want someone to maybe watch this who is maybe in the same boat as me or has been through similar situations as me, and can share their story and also be strong enough within themselves to do what they love and to follow their dreams, and to really just take that leap of faith to be authentic and transparent and believe in themselves. So yeah. And also I think lastly, I really want this documentary to help inspire me to really keep going and to showcase to the world kind of why I'm here. One of my older sisters, who I had mentioned earlier, passed away in 2020 from complications of drugs and alcohol and, mental illness. And that was really hard on me. I was 21 at the time and she was 36. And I think that's a huge reason of why I continue to make art and advocate for children in the system and people with mental illness, because I have had first hand experience with it, and it has impacted me personally in many ways. Not having my dad around was also really difficult. He passed away when I was 17 from stomach cancer, and that was really hard too. I think losing a parent that you're not close with can sometimes hurt even more. An inspiration to my life and such an impactful person in so many ways that I can't even begin to count. She has touched my heart and just has been the the foster parent that I think every kid in the system needs and wants. She has been there for me through so many things. She has never left my side, and I know she's a call away. And just to have someone like her really see me and really see my potential and motivate me and want me to do my best has been so inspiring and uplifting because, I think everyone is really hard on themselves. And I think when you've been through a lot of rejection and a lot of trials and tribulations, your inner critic is a lot louder than maybe the person next to you who hasn't experienced as much. But, I think it's just so awesome just to have someone that has been there for me and continues to see the light that I sometimes don't see in myself. And yeah, I owe her so much. And that's really where Jones comes in is, a lot has to do with her and her her impact on me, is her name has impacted my name. And yeah, so I'm so grateful for Jen, and she has truly changed my life.
I think what stood out to me the most is how she wasn't afraid to be different than other people, Like, I remember being in high school and wanting to dress like everybody else, but Rose just did not care. She wanted to be herself, and I thought that was really cool.
This is where I went to high school. I started here in grade 9, had moved a couple of times to different schools, and I came back to finish here.
I just got my guitar, I just started to learn, and I just thought, like, the innocence of how much I loved it. I couldn't get my hands off my guitar, and me lunging into school every day and like trying to fit it in my locker, like that was so embarrassing. I had to take it to each class with me. Yeah, oh, young love with my guitar. Coolest chick in the whole world. She's so sick. And I would walk by and be like, I'm gonna look like that one day. It didn't happen. But there's one quote on here that I used to always walk by and it would just motivate me, and it was this one. The artist is nothing without the gift, but the gift is nothing without work. It just really motivates me,
Another person I want to introduce you to is Tori Hathaway. She is the founder of the Canadian Musicians Cooperative, which has been another incredible resource and place for me to cultivate and grow as an artist.
So in our current co-op facility, we have a large Studio A that functions as a live floor and a rehearsal space, alongside a control room. We have a songwriting room. We have an educational and co-working space with a number of hot desks that have a variety of audio and visual based softwares. We also have the No More Starving Artists program, which is a food rescue program where we go to stores 6 days a week, pick up food that is still safe for consumption, but can't be sold commercially because it has a blemish on it, or because there was a misprint on the label, or, the bread didn't necessarily rise correctly. And so we go and pick it up from stores, bring it back to our facility, and then distribute it to not just the artist community, but the greater community at large, free of charge. And at this point, we have rescued more than $2 million worth of food and provided more than 400,000 meals free of charge to our community.
I feel like, oh no, why is that stuck? All right. So I know what I'm doing. It still sounds
It's fine. It's fine. Just pretend.
When I first met her, I really didn't know how to take her. She was just so like inquisitive, and she's like, what do I have to do? And she's asking all these questions all the time. And then because she had no fear. I saw she had no fear. Teacher, you see people all the time and then they try and act a certain way to get something. So she wasn't trying to get something. I could see as an artist, she really wanted to connect. Like that was the biggest thing that I noticed. Why she like needs the audience so much to connect. And now I'm seeing when she goes through her songs, like, you know, whether she's talking about a boy, whether she's talking about situations, she's so vulnerable. And as an artist, it's like you don't see that a lot. Again, you're always seeing this pretension, and that's why I was like, this girl's gonna go far. Like because I could feel every single girl will relate to her in every way because it's her just being herself. Like she just wants to be herself. She's not trying to be anything. She just wants to express what she is. So that's been an amazing thing to just witness, you know?